Okay, welcome Stelly students. This is the People Place and we've got a nice route for you to get to your classes. It's not going to be always the shortest distance or the easiest. It might be a little inconvenient, but it is going to be the safest for you and for staff. So let's go on a walk. When we come in, we are going to stay on one side. Many students have already been in and they've seen this. Here's where we stop and we sanitize our hands. Once we've sanitized our hands, we can enter on to the school. Somebody's going to greet you at the school too and just ask how you're feeling. That's kind of our health screen check, making sure that you're not coming to the school with any symptoms of being sick or anything like that. We just want to make sure that everybody's feeling safe. If you're not feeling well, please don't come. Here we go. As we come into the school, there are options to go. When you come into the school, you're going directly to a classroom. None of the foyers are for seating. There's no sitting in the hallways or anything like that. You're just going directly to your first block class. This way you would be going up to your shop classes or around to foods classes. And this way you're going to the rest of the school. So we come through. Here we have a choice. We can either head down to English classes down this side, and you can see on the floor there's arrows. You're going down in the narrow corridor, only coming up in the other corners, much like a grocery store with single direction aisles. So that's one way to go to classes. You can also get to the gym this way and to the Indigenous Education Room or to the PE classroom or to band and everything that way. If you're going to math science, computers, and modern languages, you're heading down this way. You notice this door says no entry. That's because all classrooms have one entry and one exit only, so that every class will have a flow through. You're not going in and out of the same door. So let's head down to computers. There's a green arrow, the narrow corridor going down. The big corridor is for leaving. You need to get to Mr. Bishop's room. You actually have to go down and through the hallway and back up to Mr. Bishop's room. Same thing to get into the Learning Commons. We're turning right here. Please do not cross any of the tape boundaries because they have to be cleaned as well. And this will get you into Mr. Hart's room. When you're coming into Mr. Hart's room, or even if you're going into 137, you're going to come in through this room to go to room 137. Mr. Hart's room will be the entry and 137 will be the exit. I'm just opening that up and here we go. So we're coming in. Hi folks. Social distancing all the time. When we come in, we want to fill up classrooms the farthest corners first so we're not crossing past each other, and this would be the exit. When we come out of the exit, it is not a left turn, it is only a right turn. So we go this way. And at this point, we have a big open space. So you can go to the Modern Languages rooms, the Learning Services, room 152, but also room 153 Computer Lab, the access will be through the back door, not through the front door. So let's go through that way. To access 153 through a back door, it is dark, but that's okay, we can see. And only certain computers will be available to be used, and your teachers will give you more information on that during your class time. Here's our exit, back into the main hall, and we're back into the flow. If you're going into room 156, it's not in this direction. You need to go around the corner and through the back way. This is an exit only. Here we go. At this juncture, we have a choice of going into the Learning Commons. If we go into Learning Commons, it's on this side only. We're coming into the Learning Commons only for students on a spare block. There are no tables, probably no computers to access. It's simply a chair to sit on. So we do encourage students to go outside on a spare block, if at all possible, and not into the Learning Commons. We could go that way back out of the school, or we could now start to head off down to math and science, except for Miss Wallace's room, which has an entrance down there, and that's the only time we go down there. Only students that have Miss Wallace will be going down that way. Everybody else will head to Math Science Wing here. This is your entrance to room 156. Just as I mentioned, around the corner, the back one up the stairs. Access to the science classrooms will be in this way. You'll go in a science classroom, and I'll show you in a minute, and then you go out the back of the science lab when you're finished with the science class. Same thing here, Miss Levette's class. Same thing here, Miss Bergman's classroom. These are all entry points, and exits are through the lab. You need to get to the PE area from here. Yep, you do have to go all the way around. Notice that all of these doors here are no exit with tape, and that is to make sure that we're having only the main entrance as our opening, so they are marked off. Again, you'll see that there's tape here down the lockers. Please do not cross through any of the tape barriers. We do have to walk a little further, but you're only having to do it 1 day a week. Again, if we are going into a science classroom, like this one right here, hello, Mr. Braun, if you could just move that way, Mr. Braun, that would be wonderful. We are going to come through Miss Dildy's classroom as an example. You'll do your class, won't it be wonderful? As we come into the lab, we are going to then, when it's time to leave our class, we're going to come down the science hallway here. Again, single file, one at a time, 2 meters apart. And we will come out. These doors will be left open. We will come out, and then we're back into the flow to get to the rest of the school from a science classroom. A couple of things to note here: Mr. Sari's classroom, Ms. Hilton's classroom. Any classrooms with doors to the outside of the school, you will actually finish that class, go outside of the school, and need to return to the main entrance to come back in to maintain that safe distancing, and we're not crossing paths. The access to these 2 math classrooms are around the sides. That's the way in, this is the way out, just like we did in the computer labs. So this is a flow pattern back to other areas. Again, these classrooms are not accessed. They say exit only. We go in around the back and come out this way. For Mr. Gillespie's class, we'll go in around the side and come out this way. Turning down here, we can access Mr. Gillespie's classroom. As I mentioned, it says entrance. We can also get to Mr. Collins' room. This is the entrance to Mr. Collins' room. He has 2 doors to the hallway. This would be his exit. And for Mr. Wheeldon's classroom, we're going in this way and we're going out the back door, and you need to go around the building back to the front of the school to get into the flow. We can use this stairwell to turn here if we went too far, and we need to go back before we get into a classroom. And that also may be a place to eat at lunch if it's bad weather, but we're encouraging everyone to get outside during bad weather. As we come here, I'll use these as an example of washrooms. All of our washrooms in the school are now single occupancy only, and they all have these wonderful signs that say vacant or occupied. We're asking students to stay in class the entire time, but if there is a need and you come in, if it says vacant, you can go in, but flip it around saying occupied. When you wash your hands and leave, you turn it around so it says vacant again. It's really quite simple. All right, moving on up. All of these things here will be moved, but we are getting our gym floor resurfaced, so that's awesome. It's gonna look great. No access to the gym this way. This is a one-way hallway. One way going this way only, and this is how you access these classrooms. All of the classrooms that are around the learning commons, except room 105. They'll come in this way and go out through the learning commons and out the learning commons exit. Except room 105, we have a different exit for you, and it's actually through our book room, but it'll work out just fine. Here we come to an intersection where we have kind of limited options. The option is turning right. So if you're coming out of here and you need to get to the front of the school, you do need to walk down to the first junction and turn around. So it's a right turn here, but also, as I mentioned at the beginning, you can access the PE change room, Indigenous education, and the PE classroom down this way. So let's head down towards the change room. So if you do not need to go to PE, you can turn right here and head back out. So here's our access to the change rooms for PE classes. We're actually going through these doors, which are normally locked. Boys change room, girls change room. You go in this way, you change, keeping your physical distancing, and then you go out the door that you normally come in. You would go to the small gym, meet your teachers. When you meet your teachers there, they'll do your PE class wherever. When you're finished that, you'll go through the small gym, back down this corridor, and back in here to the change room. You get changed for your other classes. You go back out to the small gym and come around and head off to the rest of the school. Your teachers, your PE teachers will give you a lot more detail about this on your PE class day. It says no entry, PE staff only. This corridor will not be used by students at all, so we're not going to go down there. But when we finished our PE class, as mentioned, these doors will be open. You'll go out these doors, down to the end, or if you're going to your the PE classroom or the Indigenous education room, this is the route you will take. Or if you're finished PE and you need to get to the rest of the school, you just bypass here and keep walking back this way. It's a little longer, but it's safe. Okay, you go that way. Oh, you've gone the right way. That's a little bit late from there. You don't need to go to PE. Way. Again, no access to the French immersion foyer, not here, not there, and you can see that the tables are upside down. There will be no seating there. Any breaks, lunch, break time, we're encouraging students to go outside. Heading back this way for the French immersion classes or English class, you go into your classes here, and then you'll exit the class outside again, around to the front of the school to get back into the school for your next class. At this point, if you forgot something in PE, you can go back and do the loop. If you need to leave the school, you can go up there, or if you're going to Fine Arts, you can go this way. So let's head up to Fine Arts. Notice that this side says entrance only. That says no entry, so that's an exit side. This is the entrance to Fine Arts. This area will be screened off, so not sitting there, not sitting here. Access to class from here, exit outside. Access to the band room there, exit outside. As we come out of performing arts, drama, dance, or out of the culinary arts in the teaching kitchen, this will be an exit door, and we will exit out this way. If you need to go from here to band, you need to go down the ramp, around, and back up, and that prevents the crossover in the gaps there, so that we don't have students getting too close to one another. So let's go out this exit. And now we're turning as if we're heading out of the school. Or we're heading here because I need to get to Mr. Haywood's class. So I need to walk up to the top of the ramp, turn, and come back down to get into Mr. Haywood's class. And again, Ms. Jean's class, Mr. Haywood's class, room 116. These classes will all exit into the Learning Commons. Room 116 will exit where we started at the other door. So now it may be time to leave for the day. Thank you very much. You can sanitize your hands here with the hand sanitizer, and then you're on your way out of the school on the side that says exit only. Or if you are still going to a class, here will be your access to performing arts, and here will be your access to the culinary arts. Or here is the only exit, and here's where you say goodbye, and we'll see you again the next week. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We're looking forward to seeing you all on Monday. Stay golden and maroon. Go Stingers.